A bike share service starts with an $11 reservation fee. The first 6 distance units cost $5 each, but every unit after 6 costs $8. A receipt totals $105. How far did the customer travel?
The choices are 20, 14, 16, and 11. The graph is not one straight line. Its bend tells us that the price per distance unit changes at a threshold.
Let us read the graph before writing an equation. It begins above 0 because of the reservation fee, rises at $5 per unit, bends at 6 units, and then rises more steeply at $8 per unit.
Exactly. The red horizontal guide marks the receipt total of $105. We need the x-coordinate of the point where that guide meets the second segment.
Could I simply divide 105 by 8? The final segment has a slope of 8, so that shortcut feels tempting.
That would charge $8 for every unit and would also mishandle the reservation fee. The steeper rate applies only after 6 units. First, we must finish pricing the entire first tier.
At 0 distance, the customer already owes $11. For the first 6 units, the additional cost is 5 times 6, or $30.
So the cost exactly at the bend is $41. That point is the starting value for the second piece of the graph.
Because 105 is greater than 41, the trip definitely goes past 6 units. I can subtract the cost already accumulated through the threshold.
Those remaining $64 pay only for distance beyond 6. Since that part costs $8 per unit, divide 64 by 8.
That gives 8 extra units after the first 6. Adding the 2 distance intervals gives 14 total distance units.
We can express the same reasoning with one equation. If D is the total distance and D is greater than 6, the second piece begins with $41 and adds $8 for each of the D minus 6 extra units.
Set that expression equal to the receipt total. Subtract 41, divide by 8, and then restore the 6 units that came before the bend.
Now trace that answer on the graph. At a cost of 105, move horizontally to the red point, then move vertically down to the distance axis. The x value is 14.
Let me verify the total directly. The reservation fee is $11. The first 6 units cost $30, and the next 8 units cost $64.
11 plus 30 plus 64 equals 105 exactly. The units also make sense. Dollars per unit times distance units gives dollars.
So choice B, 14, is correct. Choice 16 could come from losing track of the threshold, while 11 confuses a dollar fee with a distance.
For any continuous piecewise cost graph, use the bend as a checkpoint. Evaluate the complete earlier piece, subtract that amount from the target, and apply the new slope only to what remains.
The bend is not decoration. It marks the exact input where the rule changes. Read its coordinates, keep the earlier cost, and then continue with the second rate.
The receipt total is $105. The graph reaches it at 14 distance units, and the correct answer is choice B.